Hey, this is Carl with New Septic. I'm going to show you today how you can draw a discharging system for Ohio for New Septic using our tools here. So I have a property I've already set up, uh, and I've added all the typical stuff when you get a project started. You know, like your building with flow, any auxiliary buildings, your water well with your buffer, and your hardscape and soil tests. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull up this layout here that I got from, and what it's showing is there's an existing system here, and I have the records that were sent from the health department, and this is showing the house, and we have a 20-foot sewer main with a septic tank or aeration tank, and then there's a 300 square foot sand filter, so 12 by 12, and then it pumps up to this discharge location. So this is going to get replaced, and it's going to get replaced with an aeration tank. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the sewer main, pipe tools sewer main, and it's going to snap to the building, and I'm going to just bring it over here, click once on the building, and then I'm going to hit the tab key, and then I'll make sure my distance is set, or my cursor is inside the distance, and I'm going to delete by hitting the backspace, and then I'm going to hit type in 20, and then I'm just going to hit tab. So my hand is off the mouse right now. I'm not touching the mouse, and I'm just working on the keyboard. So what this form does is you can hold shift and tab and go back, or you can hold tab or hit tab and go forward. So I typed in my 20, and the azimuth is already set at 6.58. So I'm going to tab over and click add point, or hit the enter key on add point, finish drawing. So now I have my 20-foot sewer main, and I can go ahead and just sketch out the old septic. So typically what I do is I'll just use the measure area tool. So you can click on that under the measure tools, and we can just start sketching out an area here. So this is like roughly 1,000 square foot area that's going to be the old system. So what we can do now is actually click on the sewer main tool again, and since we don't want to put the existing septic or the new septic in this area, what we'll do is we'll click on we'll pull the sewer main over here to the left of that. So if you want to edit the sewer main or any line features or whatever you're working with, you just select the tool on the in the toolbar, and then you can hover over that feature, and you'll see a blue dot appear. And what you can do is just click and hold it and pull, and that will start to move a vertex to where you want it to be placed. So this looks good, and actually the contractor might just go ahead and use the existing sewer main if it's in good condition, but I'll just put it that they're going to replace it to the house. So next we're going to need a tank, so I'll click on the treatment train tool. I'll click once on the end of the sewer main, and that's going to bring up the treatment train dialog. I have a bunch of treatment trains loaded and saved, but I'm going to build a new one, so I just hit the clear button. So I'm going to add a pre-treatment tank. So if you want to filter this list, you can just start typing in here, and it's broken down by manufacturer name, treatment system, and treatment level. So I'm going to go ahead and start typing NPDS because I want to, that's how it's commonly known in Ohio, that a discharging system is an NPDES system. So it's approved by under the NPDES permit from EPA. So I'm going to click on the Norweco system, and what this pop-up is showing us is we have two options for tanks. We have the Norweco Singulair 960 concrete, or we have the plastic green option. So, and then the AT UV with reaeration is required for both of those. So we could toggle between these two, but we have to have the UV. But we'll just keep the concrete and click add pretreatment components. So it's going to add them to our list here, and this is in the order they're going to be drawn. So we can add a dose tank to the end of it. So we click on dose tank, and I know that this is going to be from a local distributor, Mac Industries, so I'll just type in Mac. But the way this form works is if I just clear the typed in, it's going to bring up the nearest manufacturer to us. So we can see there's a manufacturer here, and then there's the one we were going to use right below it, and then some more below that. So the company name here. So I'll go ahead and just select the Mac Industries tank for the discharging system and go ahead and click Draw Treatment Train. So that's going to draw that on the map with the azimuth of the sewer. So the sewer's going just slightly to the north, east, and then I'm going to navigate up to the edit tools, click on the move, and then I'm going to click and hold it and pull, and then just kind of move that down. If sometimes it kind of will snap to different things, so what you can do is just zoom in a little bit, and then it'll be it'll be easier to move it where you want and not snap to everything there. So all right, so I'm going to have to draw a force main that's going to discharge this water up to the road. So I'm going to go ahead and navigate to the pipe tools. I'm going to get the force main tool for the pump line. So I'm going to click on the dose tank, and I'm going to zoom out a bit and just kind of come and hug this property line up here. And then I'm going to double click at the road. And I'm going to set this to 1.5 inches, and then we'll just kind of round that up to 357. So we have our force main there, and the only other thing we need to do with a discharging system is in Ohio, they require you to have the coordinates for the discharge point. So the lat long coordinates, and what we can do is we can hover our cursor over the discharge point, we can right click, and we're going to click copy coordinates. So that copied that to our clipboard, and next we need to add an elevation point. So come down to the septic tools and click on elevation point, and we're going to scroll up to the snap tool options. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to snap to the force main. I'm going to select force main in the list and save it. So I'm just scroll down here to the save button. And then when I come over to the force main, it's going to automatically snap to that. So I'm going to come to the end and just click once. And it's going to bring up this dialog. And for the elevation type, we'll just select discharge point. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click in here and go up to paste. And that's going to paste my latitude, longitude coordinates into that field. So I'm just going to put the cursor in the front, and I'm just going to put discharge to road, ditch, storm sewer. Let's save that. So now that text is saved with that point, and when we go to the print view, we can click on print icon up in the top right, and this will set our map up for a print. And I'm going to scroll in, and you can see that if I click on that point, so to edit the labels, we just click on the feature we want to edit on the map, and it's going to pop up on our left hand side here. So we can see that our latitude longitude label is there, and what I'll do is I'll do the text alignment. I'll align that to the left, and then I'll scroll down to this little knob here, and I'll just rotate that so it'll look nice. If I can just maybe offset it, set the X offset a little bit, and I'm going to put a darker white background around it too. So you can click on this little eyedropper and select that. So, and maybe what I'll do is I'll increase the font of that. So maybe put it pretty big there. So, but that's pretty much it. That's how you would create a discharging system. You know, we can X out of this and save our map style. And once we go through and edit all these and it looks really nice for our map, we can print this off, and we can get out of the print view by clicking the print icon. And what we can do is come into the calculator, and the calculator is going to register that we're doing a discharging system because we put that point on the map, the discharging system point. So it's saying you want to create a new pre-treated discharging system report. That's what we want to do, so we can click that. And then you can come down and set your elevations to whatever you want them to be. They already set them to the default elevations from where we were going. So we have the discharging elevation and all our tank elevations, etc. So you can come in, check your force main. You could add fittings to your force main. Maybe we'll add like 3 90s and a quick disconnect. Save that. And then we have our pump select. We could change our pump at this point. But you can come over and we can see we have 4 options for the report. We can attach our map at this point by clicking this button and navigating to the report. But I'll just go ahead and click generate report, and this is going to build our report. We have our title page and all the information that we would need for a discharging system. And we have our hydraulic profile here showing the elevations, and we have our discharging point elevation. And here is our float switch settings. So we have our calculations here. So this is how you would design a discharging system. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I can walk you through this step as well. If you have any additional questions about how I drew that, got the project started, or drew the house, or whatever. So, all right, thank you for checking this out, and thank you for the support. This product is customer supported, so we're an independent software company, and we build software for excavators and contractors, engineers, and surveyors. So if you have anything that you would want to see for the software, we do really care about your input. So please reach out to us, and thank you so much for watching.